able to get the PowerPoint on? Coming up.
Okay.
2 seconds.
Okay.
What page are you now on?
One more, no, two more.
Can remember that they can't see with the easel in the way.
Oh.
You wanna drive?
I'm not very good at driving, so.
Where do you get in next? Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hang on one second.
Right now?
Yep.
So Capital has said that this could increase our property values. Capital claims, so I asked Capital to send me their backup for this. So they cite the Urban Land Institute article, Higher Density Development, Myth or Fact from 2005. Capital cites the section that says no discernible difference exists in the appreciation rate of properties located near higher density development and those that are not. Another section of this article states well-placed market rate apartments with attractive design and landscaping as qualities that affect the surrounding home value.
And that's the document that you passed out.
And then yeah, that's attached. The ULI article says the Hale Plantation and facts surrounding it are totally different than Kentwood. That's one of their examples in the article. Hale Plantation is 1,700 acres with a traditional neighborhood of many housing types, single-family homes, townhouses, and garden apartments. The development has trees, trails, a town center, civic uses. Gloria DeAndrea will speak about the Hale Plantation as she has been there and can share the differences between Kenwood and Hale. Here's a picture of Hale Plantation. The ULI article also cites the Echelon at Lakeside in Plano, Texas, which is on 10 acres, or 12 acres, within a planned community. It is described in the article as high-quality, innovative design with award-winning architecture that blends with surrounding neighborhoods' traditional style. The buildings are made to appear to be single-family homes, but actually house multiple units. And here's some pictures of the Echelon. This is Capital Investments Aqua at Newport. I don't see any attractive design or landscaping. Neither the Hale Plantation or Echelon at Lakeside compare in any way to CIG's 4 acres containing 266 apartments, which equals 66 units per acre. This is comparing a canary to a turkey. This does not address the potential impact the development will have on property values. The ULI article also says higher density real estate developers need to appreciate the fact that most Americans' wealth is held in their home equity. Therefore, changes in the property values have real consequences. Then Capital did their own analysis of Brookwood, where they analyzed 10 properties adjacent or close to Brookwood in Hyde Park. These compared to randomly chosen properties not located near Brookwood. Capital used the Hamilton County Auditor's assessed valuation for 3-year intervals between '96 and 2017, and concluded that the value of the properties near and adjacent to Brookwood increased at a greater rate than the other properties. I have issues with that methodology, using the Hamilton County Auditor's assessed valuations, which are done for tax purposes. This assessment is not so much on a house-by-house basis as it is for neighborhoods. 5 of the properties analyzed near Brookwood were on Edwards Road directly across the street, and it's likely that these values are increased due to the potential to convert them to commercial. The other 5 properties in proximity to Rookwood have unique characteristics ignored by Capital. They are each at least 10 feet higher in elevation than the Rookwood site. Also, they are separated by a former railroad line that the city plans to convert to a bike and hike trail. To infer these properties increase because of the proximity to Rookwood, and thus the property values on the residential streets near the Capital Kenwood site will increase is of questionable validity. Then, on August 14th, in the trustees workshop, there was a discussion for possible development on the part of the township near Reading Road, on the Reading Road corridor, at the old Carousel Hotel. The details of this request for consideration are not relevant, but the statement by trustee Dennis Connor is. During the 29th minute of the audio, he stated, residential already there would suffer lower property values. Please keep this in mind when voting on Capital's proposed high-density project and its effect on homeowners in our well-established neighborhood. In conclusion, Capital Investment Group has not provided any data that supports its claim that the neighboring residential property values will increase. ULI examples are of such high quality and low density than the proposed Kenwood site, there's no comparison. Their methodology for analyzing Rookwood properties is flawed and therefore of dubious validity. That's an attachment.
Ms. Hughes, is there anything else you would like to tell the board?
I would just like you to consider, every project is different. You can't say for sure the property values are gonna go up or down. But I don't think what the examples you've been given, or we've been given, really support the fact that the property value will go up if it's gonna remain residential. So,
Thank you.
you know.
All right.
Did you want to comment on?
I was just giving you, that's how I got the data that they gave me.
I think what he's referring to is.
Okay.
You actually received the information about Rookwood in 2 batches from.
Yeah, from
Mr. Bell.
Capital. I met with Capital, at, one time, and I said, I'd really like to see, you keep telling me my property value is gonna go up, so I'd really like to see it, and they sent it to me. I was confused by some of the data, so there was a subsequent email. So I just wanted you to see.
Are the pictures that you had here out of this, you didn't take,
No.
you didn't take the pictures yourself, they came?
I came on the Echelon and the Hill Plantation. I got one on the internet about
Okay,
those.
that's where they came from.
They came from the internet, yes.
How about the ones from Newport?
Newport, I went there myself
Those-
and walked it.
you
walked the
actually
site.
took those
I took the pictures.
I have a comment, but in keeping with the purposes of this meeting and the way we've been doing things, I will phrase it as a question.
Okay.
You referenced my quote from the meeting. Do you recall that the proposal that we were discussing at that particular time was individual unit, in effect, studio apartments for veterans?
Right, and I said the facts really don't, they're not the same. I understand they're not the same, but you were considering property values of nearby residents. So in considering this, I'm asking you to consider our property values.
I just wanna make sure you
I do
recall that
understand,
this is, that
facts
the
are
project is nothing at all
That's
similar to
Turkey's
this.
engineers too, totally different, I
I
understand.
just wanna make sure everyone
I do.
understands the
Yes.
context from that quote.
I do.
Any other questions from the board?
No.
Mr. Barrett, any questions?
Mr. Bastos has some questions.
All right, Mrs. Hughes, you work for Macy's, correct?
Yes,
And you're in their real estate department?
yes.
Would you consider yourself a real estate expert?
I've worked in real estate for over 30 years. Different jobs.
So you started off talking about density. Do you think, according to you, that we have too much density?
Yes,
Did you hear Mr. Flume at the last meeting admit that the density allowed under the SPI, that the SPI would allow density for an office building?
it is, I don't.
Did you remember that Mr. Flume said that the SPI overrules existing zoning and then would allow for, whatever uses are specified in that SPI. And specifically, did you hear him say that office was a use there?
Yes. Can I just say my density issue is with so many apartments on such a small acreage.
So you're not concerned about the hotel, you're not concerned about the
Me personally,
office?
no. Others are, not. I'm
So
not.
how far away are you from our development?
200 feet.
Is it actually 220 feet?
I don't know. I didn't.
Oh my God.
Is there another commercial development nearby you?
There is.
What's that property called?
Kenwood something. I don't know. It's where the theater is. In Joey's.
When was that built? Approximately.
Within the last 8-10 years, I think.
So was your property negatively, so you're actually 215 feet from that.
Okay.
So you're closer to that building than to our building.
If that's what you say, I don't know.
What's the back of that building look like?
They built a nice wall.
It's a concrete wall, right?
The
Gray
concrete wall.
wall. What do you think our building looks like? They'll be
I think-
facing towards your house.
But I'm gonna look at, the way I understand it is I'm gonna see a 15-foot fence, I believe, maybe.
So do you
Out
abut our
the
property?
fence, and then there's going to be 3 stories of apartments above the fence.
Do you abut our property?
You know, I'm across the street. I will
So
view.
you're gonna be across the street, looking at your neighbor's front door. You're gonna see, you think behind his property,
Where's
the
your
fence.
question?
Will you be,
Somebody was asking.
would you, is that something you would see if you're looking at your front door?
When I look out my front door, I do see my neighbor's house, but I also see beautiful trees right behind, down his driveway. I do not see anything else but the trees.
Okay. Now you mentioned about property value. How, when this new commercial project went up within 215 feet of your property, how did it negatively affect you?
I don't know, I haven't sold my house.
Have you read any studies about how the values would affect your property? Were you concerned about that property being